Welcome, Gemini. It is Sachi, and we are here to do your guided healing reading where we take a look at what the current wound you are working on healing or what is being triggered, then what is keeping you stuck on your healing journey, how to get you unstuck, and then some advice on how to heal this wound in general. Please do remember to like the video if it resonates. As a reminder, the top 2 videos with the most likes get a bonus, and whoever comes in first and gets the most likes gets the extended for free for the regular and the bonus reading. And I'm currently offering a 30-day free trial if you would like to see what it is like to have a membership. So you would have access to this extended and all extendeds, including all past extendeds. And you also would have access to my musings page where I write about up-to-date astrological transits and some other things like protection and how to clear energy and so on. So, yeah. Oh, I'd also like to let you know that my books are open again after being closed for about 6 months. So I am very, very excited to finally be open to new clients and booking reoccurring clients as well. So if you're interested in working with me personally, whether it's this kind of reading or an astrology reading or spiritual mentorship one-on-one, you just let me know, and you can do that all with the link below. All right, let's get started, Gemini. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse with the moon and the 7 of Cups. So with the 3 of Cups in reverse, it's telling me that there's some sort of group dynamic that really hasn't been working out. It might be literally 3 people, but there's just some sort of like disharmony. And you may even feel like it's sort of like, I don't want to put this, I want to say a little bit in a dark spot. It doesn't feel like dreary or depressing, just a little bit dark. And it's interesting, right before I started your reading, I went to start the recording, and my foot accidentally hit the plug and the light pulled out. So I was like, okay, so you might be learning some things about shadow stuff, but anyway, we'll get there. So with the 3 of Cups in reverse, again, it's like, it's not necessarily a very celebratory time. You might sort of still be kind of keeping to yourself. And we have the moon here. So the moon represents things that are subconscious and unconscious and things like that, and can also, you know, relate to shadow work and things of that nature, right? The moon is the light that is in the shadow aspect, and it sort of helps illuminate some of these hidden or secretive things. And next was the 7 of Cups, which I always take as emotional fulfillment through astrology or emotional understanding through astrology. So you may be studying astrology a little bit more, actually using the real placements of where, you know, things are in real life, in our sky, in our solar system. And I looked up where the moon is today. I'm recording this on the 15th of March, and it is currently at the beginning part, like the head area of Sagittarius, which is in the nakshatra of Mula, for those of you who are into that, which of course is in juxtaposition to Gemini, right? It's 180 degrees. So maybe you might have placements in Mula. You might want to look that up and, you know, do a little bit of research. But I definitely feel some like hidden power and hidden psychic energy coming out through your understanding of the esoteric information of what the solar system has to offer. And again, it's not like you're necessarily celebrating like, oh, yay, da 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 da. It feels more like an introspective type energy here. And again, it feels like you're sort of going against some sort of group dynamic, or some sort of group dynamic just really isn't working out. We had Young Goose using Carnivorous Chomp in reverse. So I was getting that some of you may be either stopping eating meat or just eating less meat, or not really necessarily as attractive to eating flesh at this time. And then we have the 3rd eye. So this is psychic energy. Again, with the moon and 7 of Cups, I do feel a lot of psychic things coming online for you, and I do feel like you're getting a 3rd eye upgrade. So if you notice the center of your forehead, you know, there are a lot of different things that can happen. Maybe you might have some like irritation on your skin there, or you might get some headaches or things like that. But it feels like, yeah, you're definitely getting a 3rd eye upgrade in some sort of way, which upgrades are not always you know, noticed through pain and like ailment and stuff. And I really, I get quite perturbed when it's like, oh, throat chakra upgrade, you're going to have strep throat, or you know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be through pain or anything like that. But again, it does seem to perhaps be kind of a bit in the dark in some way. And again, the dark does not mean bad. It does not mean evil. It does not mean depressing or anything like that. It's just the shadow aspect. So it feels like you're a bit more in your feminine energy, in that sort of void space. So for example, you know, if you're learning astrology, honoring that void would be like, oh, there's a lot that I have to learn, right? It's a space that, you know, there's more to learn that will be filled with knowledge later on. So anyway, Gemini, that's what I wanted to come out with the cleansing ceremony. Kind of a lot of things in different places. I expect nothing else from Gemini. You seem to always have a lot going on, and that's part of being ruled by the divine wind of mutable air. And I do also want to mention, because that astrology card came out, that Mars has moved to Gemini, or is moving. It's like right on the cusp. It's in that void space, so who's to say? But it is moving into, or is already considered in Gemini, depending on how you break up the constellations and the void space in between. And Mars, right, Mars, the planet of action, being in your sign is really going to cause a lot of activations for you in general. You are really going to be sort of pressed to be taking action. But anyway, like I said, this is a guided healing reading, so we're going to see what is going on in your healing journey, what's keeping you stuck, how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal the wound. So let's see, Gemini, what's going on. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So it looks like you're focusing on trying to balance your physical reality and how that relates to a possible love relationship or having some sort of emotional new beginning. So you may be trying to control your feelings about finances or physical health or housing or things like that, as it relates to either you balancing your own yin and yang energy, that masculine and feminine energy, by yourself, or if there is some sort of partnership, really working on your emotions in regards to sort of that delicate dance. Let's see what's the light energy here. We have Jupiter using bite. It's funny because I really feel like there's something about eating here, because we saw carnivorous chomp in reverse, and the doggy in this has like a little doggy bag, which can represent, you know, like leftovers or something like that, right? It's about being very resourceful, right? You have like the ships coming back in, which represents, you know, this guy may have invested something, right? Given something to these explorers, saying, you know, like, here's some. And so, yeah, he may have given coins to these people saying, you know, here, take this investment or whatever and bring back something, right? So it sort of represents what you put into something is what you get out of it. And that is that balance. And so it looks like you are trying to balance that input and output energy. And again, there is this aspect of the doggy bag, which is what was, like really sticking out to me from this card. And then we have Jupiter using bite. So again, there is this aspect of what is being consumed. And this is a water type. So a lot of it can be the quality of water as well, right? The quality of water that you are drinking. There's even a lot of water in the Two of Pentacles too. And for some of you, again, you may be not eating as much flesh. Some of you may be more called to seafood at this time or something like that. Very like pescatarian energy is what I'm getting. But anyway, yeah, I feel like there's something about balancing your body and your emotions based on what you are eating. With Jupiter here, Jupiter always reminds me of Jupiter. So Jupiter is the planet of abundance and luck, right? Which are both vibrations, and Jupiter helps us access those vibrations. So I feel like part of what's going on in your healing journey is figuring out how to access those vibrations. And again, it's through your emotions. It's through emotions. And I feel like you are understanding that the vibration of love is the key to accessing the vibrations of abundance and luck. Let's see what Jupiter says. It says, when two Jupiter meet, they display their water bubbles to each other. Then the one with the smaller bubble gets out of the other's way. And it's the water bubble Pokemon. So as you see, Jupiter comes onto land, but keeps this, you know, water around its head. So again, there is a sort of emphasis on water and your crown and your third eye. And so, you know, this is talking about sort of a territory battle, I want to say. It's sort of like whose head is bigger than the other. The smaller one sort of gets out of the way. And again, I feel like some of you, whether it's like one specific partner or whatever it may be, there are multiple instances, if it's not one specific person, where you are balancing these physical things with another person. And it kind of is, you know, it's a juggle because it feels kind of like a territory battle. But again, a lot of it is emotional. A lot of it is water related. Let's see what's going on in the shadow here. Okay, then I wanted to hit that Ace of Cups. So it's sort of emphasizing the aspect of love. We have Gliscor using acrobatics, and this is a fighting type. So there can be some fighting energy that is causing acrobatics, right? And again, it's like, look at him. He's standing on one foot and juggling. That's sort of already acrobatics. It's kind of, you know, jumping through hoops is what I'm hearing. And this is the Fang Scorpion Pokemon. So there's some vampiric energy and scorpionic energy. So it kind of feels like the, you know, lower emanations, right? Scorpio, when it's scorpion energy, represents self-sabotage, poison, you know, poison one's own emotional body, but also poisoning others' emotional body, and very defensiveness and, you know, secrecy and kind of keeping to oneself. I have a whole article about the 7 emanations of Scorpio that is available on my musings page. So if you remember, check that out. And it's called All About Ophiuchus. So it says, its flight is soundless. It uses a lengthy tail to carry off its prey. Then its elongated fangs do the rest. So it's talking about the flight being soundless. So again, I feel like a lot of this juggling is being done emotionally. You might not actually be vocalizing it. So the way that things are fighting is a lot through just sort of the vibe, is what it feels like. Let's see what's keeping you stuck. We have the Sun, the 6 of Cups in reverse, and the 4 of Cups. So this is an interesting message, but it's like what's keeping you stuck is trying to always look at the bright side of things instead of sort of acknowledging that shadow. Whenever the Sun comes out in the blockage, it can be that, you know, again, it's like just too much focus on what the bright side is, what the good things are, which there's nothing wrong with recognizing those things. But when it's in the blockage, it's sort of like you're blinded by the light where you can't see things properly. And the Sun right now is currently in the constellation Pisces. So we are, you know, within the end of the celestial year. It transits through Pisces until April 19th. If you're surprised by that date, I recommend that you look at the sky for yourself or get a sky app. And so part of the Piscean energy is, you know, a lot of this is watery and emotional. And that's what Pisces season is all about. So part of the blockage may just be sort of some difficult transits that are happening for you, you know, astrologically. The 6 of Cups and the 4 of Cups both coming out in reverse is really giving me sort of family issues. And even the Sun, as you can see, it's like a mother with her children. And the 6 of Cups I always take as emotional fulfillment through lineage. And 4 of Cups I always take as the emotional foundation, you know, emotional roots that were programmed by caregivers, specifically the matriarchal line. So I definitely feel some familial issues here as well. So there could just be problems with family members. Let's see, what's the light energy here? Coming out stuck, going right to the Sun and the Ace of Cups is Rapid Strike Style Mustard, which is trainer. So it feels like part of this is the emotions of always looking at the bright side, or again, I'm sort of getting this family issue. Trainer indicates somebody else's energy, right? And we have Rapid Strike Style Mustard. So Mustard is a dojo. He's an older gentleman who he used to be the leader, like the Pokemon master, I guess I'll call him. But his partner Pokemon passed away. And after that, he sort of lost his talent for battling, so he could no longer be the champion. That's what he was called. So he was the champion of Pokemon, you know, of that region, I guess I'll say. But yeah, when his partner Pokemon passed away, he just sort of lost his touch and he stepped down. And I believe he put one of his children in the place. And then he went to an island, bought an island, and he started his own dojo. So I feel like there is something, again, about sort of family members. Maybe someone has sort of passed away and or is sort of thinking about their end of life sort of stuff. And it's like the emotional energy that's sort of being exuded about that. And again, only looking at the bright side of things. Because, like, you know, obviously anyone who's sort of about to go through that transition, if you're only looking at the bright side of things, then maybe you're not ready. You know what I mean? It's like you sort of have to accept the shadow aspect of whatever it may be. So yeah, I just feel like there's somebody in the family who has gone through this sort of transition of what's going on in their life or whatever it is. But again, it's more of their emotional output. Let's see what's the shadow here. Going right to that sun. We have Pyroar using Ripclaw. You know, I'm not sure if I said it, but I meant to say it. The sun is Leo energy, and I was really getting a lot of Leo energy in the blockage here. And here's Pyroar, which is literally Leo energy, right? It's a lion. So with Ripclaw here, you know, this is the root chakra, and the root chakra is everything that you eat and drink, right? Everything that you consume, put in and on your body. So that includes, you know, if you do any sort of drugs, pharmaceuticals, smoking, beauty products even, you know, the soap, detergent, and things that you use, things that could be endocrine disruptors. Those are all influences on your root chakra. Anything you put in and on your body. Your sleeping pattern and your sense of safety, right? How safe you feel in your body. And part of that, of course, includes, you know, having stable housing and a healthy relationship with money, right? Everything that is balancing physical aspects of oneself. And it seems like there is some Leo energy that has really put its claw and ripped the root chakra. So again, it may be, you know, causing an imbalance of, again, what is being consumed, what is being put in and on the body. You know, one's sense of safety, one's relationship with housing, one's relationship with money and things like that. Let's see. It says the temperature of its breath is over 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but Pyroar doesn't use it on its prey. This Pokemon prefers to eat raw meat. Again, there's this aspect of eating meat that is really part of whatever is going on here. We saw it with the carnivorous chomp bite. I was getting pescatarian energy, even vampiric energy, right? It's talking about its fangs doing that blood sucking stuff. And again, raw meat, blood, flesh, it's all intertwined. So it seems like maybe part of the blockage is the type of meat that is being consumed. You know, I'm an omnivore myself, so absolutely no, you know, no judgment whatsoever, but it does seem like there's something about the quality of the meat that is going on here. I do also want to say that, you know, 10,000 is 10000, right? And when we think of the binary code, 1 would be masculine, whereas 0, the void, would be that feminine. And so we have 1 1 to 4 voids. And so it's like, okay, well, you have 4 feminine aspects, 4 shadow aspects we'd see to 1 masculine, but it seems like in the blockage it's only focusing on the light rather than acknowledging the amplification of the shadow that's going on here. So again, it's just blinded by the light. Okay. Yeah, wow, and it's time to go to the extended. Let's take a look at yeah. Let's see what Mother Moon would like to say. As I said, in the extended, we are going to see how to get you unstuck, and then some general advice on how to heal this wound. And as I also mentioned, there is a 30-day free trial if you're interested to see what sort of value being a member holds. Let's see here. Take time to breathe out. So you may need a breather in some sort of way. Again, I was getting like, there's so much, right? There's so much going on, and now Mars is in Gemini, so it's going to be going even faster, but you need to make sure that you have time to sort of chill and breathe out. I did see rain purification, so there can be a need to sort of purify your emotional body. Let's see what Mother Nature would like to say. We have forest breathe and ocean ebb and flow. Yeah, again, it seems like you've been sort of going back and forth. Your emotions have just been sort of going all over the place, that you have not had a time to breathe. And again, you need to take time to breathe out. And maybe some of you need to actually focus on your breath to stabilize your root chakra. And that's a really great way to feel safe in your body, is to literally tell your body that it is safe through breathing, right? It's sort of an autonomic process where, you know, our breathing, it just happens without us really having to do anything. But it's the process in the body that we can take over, right? It doesn't have to be autonomic. It can be purposeful, right? So when we take over control of our breathing, we can signal to our body that we are safe. So, you know, if your body is, you know, feeling unsafe, your breathing maybe, right? Or you may feel sort of out of breath, which is what I feel like right now. But in order to signal to your body that you're safe, you can inhale 4 breaths, hold 4 breaths, exhale 4 breaths, or you can do a 4-4 or a 4-3-7, right? There are so many different breathing techniques. You can look them up, but let's just do one together. 4 in, hold 4, and 4 out. Ready? All right. All right, let's see here. Let's see what Archangel wants to bring us into the extended, going right to your blockage. We have outdoors. Archangel Jophiel says, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. And one of the things that I was going to mention here with forest breathe in reverse is that, you know, you can do a bunch of breathing indoors, sure, but most likely, because at least where I am, it's been winter, most people haven't had their windows open. And unless you have a bunch of plants inside, it's probably more filled with carbon dioxide from your exhalation, and you don't have a lot of rich air to bring in. So you actually want to be going outside. So I'm glad that this came out, because yeah, you want to go outside and get some fresh air, connect with nature to relieve the stress, take time to breathe out and gain new creative ideas. And then we have chakra clearing coming out in reverse. Yeah, so part of your blockages here is that you need your chakras cleansed. And it's funny, I almost mentioned this at the beginning, but I totally forgot, is that I actually have energy work scheduled, and I specifically want to be working on my root chakra. That is going to happen when I'm done with this reading. So it's so funny that this is happening, especially as a Gemini rising, that it's like, yeah, you need to clear your chakras. Like, when was the last time you did something intentionally to help clear your chakras? And of course, eating, you know, having healthy things in and on your body and all of that is really good, but also you want to make sure you're clearing the energy, right? It's like the masculine or yang or, you know, light aspect of it is eating healthy, drinking clean water, getting good sleep, you know, having physical things to make you safe. The feminine or void or shadow aspect would be, right, the energetic body, things that you can't see, things that you can't touch with your 5 physical senses. So Archangel Metatron says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So you may want to work with Archangel Metatron as you are cleansing and clearing your chakras, or work with what is known as Metatron's cube. Sacred geometry is a really great way to help sort of clear your energy centers. So anyway, let's head into the extended and see what is there. We're going to see how to overcome these blockages, and then some general advice on how to heal this wound. So if you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below, and I'll see you there.